There was a story somewhere, was it her that a cougar was after him on the way to school or something? Do you remember anything about that? Hearing that?
Oh, we got chased by cougars along the banks, hollering, and Bob used to tell us, let's not try. And, they sound just like a kid preaching. And us kids, I and Ed was small enough, we didn't realize what it was. And he'd say, let's not try. And if we said, let's run. And we would. But then we got old enough to know what his little game was, that there was either a cougar or a bear up on that hill that was following us. Oh yeah, we used to wake up in the morning and find cougars in the yard. A lot of times one time was when George's, I think it was his mother that passed away, and Dorothy and George came out to the house and were going to pick flowers. Mom always raised lots of flowers. And they went out, and it was dark, it was at nighttime. They went out to pick flowers, and they thought it was the babies crying, because Howard and Bill were babies. And all the time it was a cougar right alongside of them. The next morning, when Dad got up to go to work, him and Raymond, the cougar was laying down by the mailbox. And so they come back in the house to get the gun, and then it took off. But then they followed the tractor. Well, Dorothy and Mom had been picking all those flowers. The cougar tracks was all around there. They weren't hearing a baby, Oh yeah, we used to have lots of cougar.
So, when you were walking and stuff, was there a trail up the hill, or was it along the road or something where you'd run from them?
We'd run down the road. We always walked down the road.
Yeah.
But one time, Bill and Carol, I don't know how old we were, but your dad and Huey had made us guns out of shingles. They carved us out some guns. Well, we were going hunting. We went up and Bill up back in the house. Well, we went a lot further than we thought, how kids are. And we ran onto a cougar killing a deer. But it scared us so bad, we just took off running. Well, when we come out, we come clear out down the Blue Canyon and had to walk all the way back up the road. Boy, did we get away from it.
There wasn't a trail or anything there to Blue Canyon. You just ran the wrong direction through the woods, huh?
Yeah.
Or was it pretty well logged off by then?
Oh, no, there was lots of woods. And it was nothing to run onto a bear while you were fishing the creek or anything like that. And when we was picking berries, little wild blackberries, it was nothing to run into bear.
They never bothered you. Did they run away? Or?
Usually they were as scared of us as we were of them. We'd run one way and they'd go another. Because we were up picking berries one time. It was just Edna and I and Bill and Carol. And we had our buckets, which you might as well say full. And we heard this noise, but I just thought it was two trees rubbing together and making the noise. Well, it was a bear tearing up this old log, getting grubworms. Well, Edna seen it, and it reared up at the same time she seen it, and she hollered, bear. And we all run. Well, Carol he couldn't have been over 5 years old for most, if he was that. And he said, where? And he just stood there and looking until he seen it. Then he ran, and he rolled just like a ball going down that hill, because we did have a path. So we walked up there. And we all lost our berries. He never spilled any. How he kept his berries in that bucket, I'll never know. Because he rolled down that hill just like a ball. And Uncle Charlie, of course, grabbed his gun and went up there, but then he couldn't find it. That bear went just as fast the other way as we did going down the hill. Yeah, there was a path that was pretty well worn there because it went up to the creek up on the mountainside there. And sometimes the creek would get piled up with leaves and old limbs and stuff. We'd have to go up and clean the creek out.
Oh, that was the same one that ran down to your house.
Yeah, because it would be like a dam building there. So we had a nice trail that went up to that.
And Huey, what do you remember about Huey?
Well, I can remember when he got his leg broke.
Now that was down across the road and between there and the tracks or something? Is that where they had the
where
gate?
Grandma's house was. So just down just this side of our creek, where the creek ran through, there was a road that went over to the mill pond. It used to be when they had the camp, milk on camp over there. when Grandpa had the shingle mill, whatever mill, kind of mill he had. And that's where George was going with his truck to get the pulpwood. And there was a gate going across it. So it was just, a pole. Stuck in there with barbed wire around it. Well, Huey opened up the gate for George to go through, and he was going to close it. Well, he slipped and fell, and George didn't know it, and George pulled ahead. Well, his legs got in between the two wheels, that rear wheels.
Oh. And then he yelled enough that George stopped, right?
Yeah.
So he really didn't run over it, but went between it.
Yeah, it really crushed his leg out.
Yeah.
And if it hadn't been enough mud there, it would have been a lot worse. He probably lost his leg. As it was, he had that steel bar put in there. And he was in the hospital for a long time.
Now, how'd they rush him to the hospital in that time? Did they have to go all the way down
all the way back
to Alger and stuff, or was the road there around the lake?
The road was around the lake at that time. Yeah, George rushed him back into Birmingham to the hospital.
They was the hospital out at North, wasn't in town, it was...
Yeah, it was in Birmingham.
Oh.
And I remember it was the same one in St. Joseph's up there on the hill.
Yeah.
Or not, because we never got to town at that time. Us kids, when Mom and Dad go to town, older kids took care of us littler ones, and Mom and Dad and like Raymond would do the driving, because Dad never did drive.
Yeah. So that's where Carol was born?
Yeah.
Well, I always heard it was out in North Whatcom.
No, they took her to the county hospital.
To the county hospital?
Yeah, because she had no insurance or no money to...
Oh, so it was kind of the poor hospital.
The county hospital took care of everybody that didn't have...
Okay, so when they saw she was ready to have the baby, they took her up there.
She went into labor and...
So, but did they have insurance then for Huey and his leg?
No.
They just had to take him to the closest one because it was...
Yeah. Now, I don't know whether George had any kind of insurance or not. That I don't know.
Okay, and Bob, what...
And I think that Dr. Brinson, I think Mom and Dad paid him off in wood and stuff like that. Because he always liked... Dr. Brinson liked cherry wood for his fireplace. So Dad used to borrow cherry wood.
So did Dr. Brinson help deliver a lot of the babies, or was Mom just by herself, or was her mom there?
Mrs. Littlefield always.
Mrs. Littlefield.
Wife, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was for all of us kids that I know of, other than, like I say, for Carol.
Now, Ray was born somewhere else in a tent or something because their house had burned down or something, did you?
I don't know. Well, their house caught on fire, and it was, the understanding I get, was right in the middle of the winter, because they said the horses could hardly walk in the deep snow because it stood up to their bellies. And they moved into a tent, and they had Dad built, they said, the board so far inside the tent and that, so that the water couldn't seep through the side of the tent. And they lived in that until they fixed up that. That's when they lived on. It was an old chicken coop, and that's where I said it was in the cow pasture that was Silver's cow pasture later on. They whitewashed that all up on the inside, cleaned it all up, and then moved into that.
So they built their tent right outside of the house where it had burned down pretty much?
I don't know. That I never did know.
So
all I know is, different stuff that Ethel and Dorothy told us younger kids.
So Bob, do you remember much about him growing up?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we were always pretty well buddies.
That's when you were playing with the boys, because he was... Yeah. So he was only 4 when you were born, and Edna was 2, and Hugh was 7, and Jim was 9, so you...
Yeah, Bob always stuck up for me at school when I had to start school. Like I say, I had to start at 5, and all the other kids were older than me. Because first graders, were all 6 and 7 and that. So whenever they teased or tormented me, he beat them out. He took well care of me. He wouldn't let the bigger boys torment me.
Yeah. And so, tell me again about school, the schoolhouse. You were telling up on the hill?
Yeah, that was up on the hill behind the store, the big store. And it was just a big 2-story building with a great big basement underneath. And we had to walk up the bank to get to it. There's that bank going up. I don't know just how far it was, but I know it had to be a good half mile before you got up onto the flat top of the hill. And then we had 2 flights of steps to go up to get to the schoolhouse. We went up one flight, and there was a landing, and then we went up another flight. And then there was room here and a room here.